TNC's relationship with the Chinese community, and as it later turned out, the Chinese government has indeed been combative. With relations turning sour since the infamous Cuckoo incident in early November of 2018, the issue has spiraled out of control with no clear future in sight. As it stands, Cuckoo's use of a word that is widely considered in the Chinese community as a racial slur was met with immediate and severe backlash. A botched apology further ensured that the situation spiraled out of control, and in the end, Valve ruled that Cuckoo would indeed be banned from the Chongqing Major, with TNC getting docked 20% of their DPC points as well. However, when everyone thought that the situation had been put to bed, it turned out that it was indeed much worse, as Cuckoo was further banned from attending the WESG LAN final, which was also being held in Chongqing, this time the ruling coming directly from the local government. Desperate for a solution and already having suffered with a stand-in at the Chongqing Major, TNC turned to Raven, their former carry player and a player who had been with the team for almost 2 years before he left in September of 2018. TNC were representing the Philippines and were the only country to do so at the WESG 2018 LAN finals. The mood was somber, the team was going through a rough patch, and they were about to play in front of a hostile crowd, a city whose government had banned one of their key players from being with them at the event. If you've been enjoying our content so far, do help us out by giving us a subscribe and by clicking on the notification icon. Your support means a lot to us. Enjoy the video. TNC's journey started in Group C, and the team would take pole position with 3 wins and 2 draws in the group stages. After smashing Jordanian side Fate Esports, Chinese stack Room 310 and NA's Team 2-0, TNC split their series with White Off and the final tribe 1-1. After topping Group C, TNC took on the Brazilian side Team Canarino, easily overcoming them in 2 quick games. Gabby and Armel's flawless performance was too much for the Brazilian side to handle, and the series lasted less than an hour. Next, the team took on White Off, the Russian stack of Virtus Pro minus no one. VP's dominance in the last year or so has been incredible to watch, and the Russian org have looked stronger with each passing LAN. For TNC, it was a hard ask, and even though White Off were playing with a different mid laner than the players were used to, TNC themselves were playing with a temporary lineup. TNC prevented White Off's lineup from a potential explosion in the mid game with a strong laning presence in Game 1. Game 2, however, was much closer, as Gabby's 55-minute Divine Rapier was finally enough to force the win.
During all of this, they are going for the chase. There is a buyback on this Razor. Armel gets another kill.
Can they bring down this Razor? Raven does have buyback. They can look to turn and fight this one, and that's exactly what they're going to do. The BKBs are down. That means
there's no buyback on this guy.
Searing changes king here. They're going to bring down SF. That's 3 dead. No buybacks. They're going to get a 4th, I believe, as well. Starladder in trouble. He's got no buyback. It's going to be Ramses against the world, and I don't think he can do this. This throne is just melting to the Divine Rapier, and it looks like TNC are going to the Grand Finals.
Is this real life? Look at their faces. Like, everyone looks like they're in disbelief right now.
The Grand Finals almost seemed as if it had been scripted, with TNC taking on a Chinese opponent, Keen Gaming, in front of a majorly Chinese crowd in the same city that they have had a hostile history with. Despite the near anime-like storyline, the final 2 games were incredibly one-sided, as a fast push strat ended Keen's hopes in Game 1 before the 25-minute mark. In Game 2, TNC dominated their lanes and executed a fast pick-off strategy that delayed any kind of snowball that Keen Gaming would have wanted to possess.
This tier 3 tower, that means the Monkey King's going to turn around and go for the Wukong's command, but with the Ember Spirit out and the Lifestealer, actually Lifestealer can fight it. Oh, what a Manta dodge! That's why it got the Manta right there. The Monkey King, oh dear, that is a big problem. That is their biggest damage dealer. He is going to be able to buy back here. Meanwhile, the silence laid on top. Ember Spirit is going to use himself to try and buy himself a little bit of time to be able to get away from that Night Stalker. Is good now, so we can go back in with the Flame Guard. Get that one support. The Dark Willow is able to get the Cursed Crown, but he's taking all that AoE damage.
These pickoffs set Keen Gaming back by a 10,000 gold deficit, and they found themselves on the losing end of multiple team fights, and called the GG before the 30-minute mark even rolled about.
Congratulations to TNC, two-time winners.
Two-time WESG champions.
We are very happy because it's a lot of money.
With this, TNC walk away with $500,000 in prize money and a victory in Chongqing and China. While this is indeed TNC's second win at WESG, the first one coming in 2016, it has to feel that much more sweeter because of the incidents that led up to it. It has been a rocky road for TNC in recent months, and their win at WESG means that the Phoenix has risen again.
I'm coming home.